What's up, friends and viewers? This is Hengus with TGN, and today I'm going to be doing a Nidalee video for you all in the League of Legends. This is not a full-on guide. I've actually been meaning to do that for a long time, but I just haven't gotten around to it yet. This is more going to be an enlightenment video for some of you guys out there that may be familiar, or perhaps not familiar with how versatile a champion Nidalee is. So recently, Mr. Elements from Counterlogic Gaming, CLG, that is an American pro gaming team for League of Legends, he basically said in his latest tier list, that AD Nidalee, Bruiser, or tanky type Nidalee, is very good in lane, or just very good in general, beast mode. And so I was like, okay, what the heck is he talking about? Pure Shield actually brought this to my attention, and basically we decided to try it out. And who better to try it out but me on the squadron, of course. If you can see here, we're doing pretty much a full squadron, although I am post-commentating this one, so as you know, to really give you an analytical perspective as to what this build is and how to do it. So it's very dependent on farm. Reason for that is, if you're a regular Nidalee player, you've been playing AP and all these things, you know that most of your lane sustainability, as well as your ability to be of use in team fights, a lot of that comes from your heal. It's recently been nerfed to the point where it's just not nearly as good as it used to be, and she's not really considered a support anymore. However, the heal does grant you that sustainability you do need in lane. With no ability power, however, you have to rely on other things, primarily being lifesteal through takedown and auto attack, and also through a more tanky build, which in turn gives you more lifesteal and more survivability. So you really have to adapt to that. You have to understand the importance of farm. You have to be solo laning, I would say, in order to pull this off properly. That means soloing mid or soloing top. You can see here that the Fiddlesticks was fed that blue by the enemy team, and Rurikon is basically going to lose that lane. He's getting hard zoned right now. So it's really falling on me to win mid and on Chromar to assist bottom lane so that they win that lane. We'll see how that turns out. Either way, about my build more specifically, I'm using all ability power runes at the time of this video. Now that really does help me early game with my sustainability in laning against this Teemo. It helps me with my heal. In fact, it means I don't really need these potions if I play conservatively and just farm up, but I did manage to take those anyways. And I'm also using a pretty much straight attack damage mastery build with of course taking that experience bonus in the utility tree. Now I do recommend you take armor seals for your glyphs so that you can be more tanky in team fights, because you are going to be on the front lines trading blows with other bruisers and assassins, and you just have to be able to survive those exchanges. So I do highly recommend you take those armor runes, or excuse me, armor seals in the future. So about the strategy, now of course you need to get boots off the start. That helps you with your farm. It helps you, just play safer. You can choose to take those 3 pots, or you can take cloth armor and 5 pots like a jungle build. Either way, you do want to take those potions anyway. Even if you're not spending that mana on healing, use the primal surge anyway for that attack speed bonus buff that you get from it regardless. That'll help you with your farm, also with your harass. That's part of what makes Nidalee such a valuable hybrid, is that primal surge not only heals you, but it also gives you that strong attack speed bonus, which is part of what makes this build. So definitely don't hesitate to use your heal even if you're at full health, just to get that farm up, which is what I end up doing here. And of course you have those potions to back you up. Now you do want to probably grab a Mercury Shreds, because you're not going to be grabbing a whole lot of tanky items, and having that extra tankiness from the Merc Treads, just the MR, is going to help you out quite a bit, as opposed to having magic penetration, which you don't need, or even cooldown reduction. I would just highly recommend you go with Merc Treads. And then quickly after that, you want to get up your Regal's Lantern. Sounds like a jungle build, doesn't it? The reason for that is Takedown is it's your cat Q, and it's a hybrid ability. It scales in fact better with attack damage than it does with ability power, although both do play a role, which is part of the reason I take those ability power runes to help with late game as well. And you lifesteal quite a bit from that. In fact, with a full-on AD build, your lifesteal from takedown is probably going to be about half that of the primal surge, which is your heal. if you're leveling takedown first and you're not stacking any ability power. So it is very valuable. There you can see I just unlocked my cat form. It's time to start farming up quite a bit. I do have to admit that my early game last hitting is pretty poor. It always has been, and that's the area I'm really trying to work on as a player, just to bring that up. But I do like to think that my cat form farm is really solid. So now that I have my cat form unlocked, I really should be going back to get, well, back soon at least, to get my merc shreds up. But this is when I like to start roaming. So I'm keeping my eyes peeled. I can see that Chromar's going to make a move up here on this Nocturne. We're communicating in Skype. I'm saying if I come up there, you guys force the flash, I can finish him off, or what have you. Either way, I'm going to head up there anyways because I know that Chromar's ready to make a move, and the more the merrier since I just pushed that Teemo into his tower. So here we go. Chromar's rolling in on the Nocturne. Gets a nice he gets a nice snare off, and he looks like he's going to get away. Somebody just popped a clarity. Boom! Pouncing after a flash, and you saw that takedown. I actually don't have any attack damage items yet, just my boots and 3 pots, except my mastery build has varied a little bit. Now that does play a small role in the amount of damage that takedown dealt. That was really just early game, just me being a little bit over leveled compared to him, as well as him, you know, getting ganked. But either way, I mean, that is indicative of the kind of playstyle you want to have. Very aggressive cat form maneuvers. I actually landed that red, which is going to be immensely helpful early game against this Teemo. It just steals a lot of auto attack damage. You can see how it slows enemies too. And also, don't hesitate to use that javelin. It will lose its viability. It'll kind of just be a waste of mana late game. But early game, absolutely use it for harass. It is still very powerful, especially if you have those ability power runes the way I'm using right now. And also, it just keeps your enemies on their toes. It perhaps confuses them. I'm sure once this build becomes more popular that people will start playing it more often, and people will be fearing javelins less. But if you keep them on their toes and you make them aware that you do still throw javelins, then it's definitely beneficial for you. Rubicon just got taken down probably by a Crow Storm up top. I'm going down bot and seeing if I can pick off this Graves. However, I see that Rammus coming out of the bush. I'm going to go in and try to help with a ghost and get on this Graves. He does, however, I don't know what that lunge is called, but he gets out and I'm forced to focus on that Rammus. I do force the flash and a fair amount of harass in there. Wasn't really worth it. I probably should have stayed mid lane and just helped to farm that up instead of trying to get greedy with these ganks. But I am a little concerned that my team is going to lose this bottom lane here, because Pure Shield is not the best Graves. However, don't tell him I said that. Oh my god, he's going to kick my ass. Regardless, I'm back mid, and here's the point where I really made a mistake. I should have gone back and gotten those Mercury Treads, because it's going to help my movement speed. Or maybe, actually, I think it's the same. Let me just double check that really quick. 2 movement speed. Okay, so it does help my movement speed. It also helps me with that tenacity and that MR, obviously, because this Teemo does kill ability power, and stepping on those mushrooms is a major pain in the ass. So grabbing Merc Treads at this point in the match would definitely have been something I wanted to do, and even start building my my Rigo's Lantern and get a Vampiric Scepter. But I'm really focused on farm right now. I'm actually leading on farm by kind of a lot, but even so, that's pretty average in the big scheme of things. There I'm ooming and I'm not using a mana potion. Always be sure to use those, those health potions to keep your health up and really just keep that dominance in the lane. This build places an emphasis very much on dominating the early game lane in the pro levels and high competitive matches. That's really all there is to it. Is if you win the lane, you win the game. So any kind of a strong pusher or a strong solo laner is absolutely imperative to success in this game. So here I can see that bottom lane is seeing quite a bit of action. Those 2 players are pretty much out of mana. I'm going to go down bot and teach them a little lesson in the ways of pain with some cat scratches. And my focus, it looks like it's going to be that Nocturne. He's pretty low on HP, and he's also taking some aggression. He's also the softest one out of them. So pounce, takedown combo. Going to get on this Graves immediately afterward. He is a little bit too quick for me. I do manage to burst on him a little bit there with a javelin auto attack combination. That you do have to do that manually. Grab up some farm, but not realizing that this Fiddlesticks and Teemo came in from mid lane, and wow, that was really bad. He just Crow Stormed me and flashed on top. Kind of a waste of his ultimate. But regardless, I got completely ganked there. Not good there. The Teemo actually managed to land a triple kill, which is going to give him the advantage in the mid lane that I don't want him to have. So I did manage to get up all of that farm, and it turns out that I have enough gold for Mercury Treads and Wriggle's Lantern all in one go. Just goes to show that I didn't do a good job of spending my gold or using my potions in the early game. However, I was able to stay on top of my farm, and landing those 2 kills helped with my farm quite a bit as well. So I'm in a really solid position right now. I won the lane against Teemo for the most part in terms of farm. He did manage to deal more tower damage than me, but I did get off those 2 kills while roaming. And I'm really in a position of dominance right now if I can keep my farm up. Now, the next progression in my build is going to be a Force of Nature, but more specifically, I want to get that Giant's Belt, because by the time I'm able to complete the Giant's Belt, it's going to be time for me to start going full-on roam, because you absolutely need to be playing aggressive with this build, and with that extra health from the Giant's Belt, you're going to be getting a lot more lifesteal, and also the ability to kite and fight with Nidalee is amplified so much more as long as you have more HP. That's something that a lot of people don't understand, is using these bushes, and the movement speed from cat form can be so valuable with any amount of HP you're able to accumulate. So here I'm going to move in on this Graves. Rurikon, I tell him to push in. He's being a little bit shy. I'm going to toss him a heal there. Landing at, oh, Javelin actually getting blocked by that minion. I'm going to change into cat form. Probably going to flash on top. Yes, so there we go with a flash pounce. Swipe combo, got another pounce. He's way out of my range, and scoop shot for the finish there. Didn't want to tower dive him completely. I could have probably spent Ghost, but it wasn't necessary. As you can see with an attack damage build, those javelins still absolutely are useful for kills and also harass. Using my Primal Surge there to scare off the Teemo. He's smart enough to know not to engage me. Even with that triple kill he landed earlier, I still out-farm him completely in terms of global gold and from hero kills. So I am definitely leading this match right now. I'm in a position to be AD carry, and we'll just have to see if that works out for me. Nocturne using his ultimate. I'm going to go bottom and see if I can't pick off some kills here. Looks like the Fiddlesticks is crow storming on top of our team in tower range, taking a lot of damage. I can't believe he survived that. I'm going to pounce in and take down that Nocturne. Look at how much damage that dealt. Graves goes down as well. We're trying to find this Fiddlesticks. I don't know which way he went. Pure Shield's going to scout top, I scout bottom, but I think we checked the one bush that he wasn't in. Miraculously, he's able to escape. Nice play there by the Fiddlesticks. I'm really surprised he got away that easily. So at this point, I think I do have enough gold for a Giant's Belt. Guys, you really need to be sure that you stay on top of this build and you actually get the items when it's smartest to do so. So yes, the Giant's Belt is only 1100 gold. So I definitely should have it by now. However, I'm really focusing on my early farm, and it's starting to pay off for me. You can see that I have about 76 minion kills, and Teemo is quite a ways behind me with only 32. I'm not really sure how he's so far behind. Regardless, I'm going to go bot and do some more harassment, maybe even get off some kills here, because I absolutely am in a position of dominance right now. I got a really early Wriggles, I'm way out farmed on the opponents, and I have a huge level advantage. So this Rammus comes in and taunts me just in time. My team comes in for reinforcements, so the Teemo can't get off any more damage on me, and they come to cut them off. Nice smoke screen there by Pure Shield. Bit of a team fight. I was a little bit skeptical to engage there, as it didn't look like they were going to have my back, but they proved me wrong. I'm going to go around back and see if I can't get off a nice position on this Rammus or the Teemo. They know I'm back there. They see me tossing these javelins. I'm counting on the fact that they're going to come in and pursue me, because I know how much burst damage I'm capable of here. Fiddlesticks decides he doesn't want to make that choice. Rammus, however, is getting a little bit antsy, and he comes in after me. I pounce right on top of him while he's spinning on top, and down he goes to, I think that was a minion ball. It looked like Graves got the kill, but apparently I was attributed. And you can see, nice javelin harass there on the Teemo. He's got to be really careful. He stays in range of that tower. If he just gives me a little bit more space like this, boom, you can jump in with a takedown pounce swipe combo, and it deals even more damage than it would at this point in the game with an ability power build, because that takedown is so strong. You just have to know the right time to use it. The less health they have, the more damage it deals. So if they're less than 50% HP, I mean, try not to use a takedown if you know you're going to burst, unless they're lower than half, because you're just going to do so much more damage with it. Here we go, Fiddlesticks flashing in with another Crow Storm and a Life Leech on Rammus. He is able to take down Rammus, but he can't survive that damage. Nice heal by the Soraka. and we're absolutely dominating bottom lane now. That's 3 kills compared to their 1. Here comes Rammus. He's gonna try to get off this kill for Soraka, and I'm just not gonna allow that to happen. Pouncing on top of him, using the takedown while he's pretty much at full health, but dealing extreme amounts of damage regardless. Careful getting in my position to pounce, and wow, the takedown on Rammus. He's a tank, and he just got completely trucked by AD Nidalee right there. And Teemo will share his fate as well. Not able to get off the takedown, but barely able to cleave him with my swipe for the kill anyways. I was going to tower dive him even if he did manage to get away, because I'm just a stone cold killer like that. Here comes Nocturne. He's like, "Oh, Nidalee, stop killing my allies. I'm going to get you." I'm just like, "Bring it on, you little ghost wannabe." And my Halloween cat is obviously superior to that ghost. Nice spell shield by Nocturne there. Wow, ultimate by Graves on top of him, and some wombo combo from the takedown pounce swipe that you just do not want to mess with. Another life steal on Rammus, getting a heal from Soraka to survive. I get feared in tower range. I'm taking a ton of damage. Managed to take down that tower regardless. And being really ballsy here, don't want to get too close to this Fiddlesticks. I try to take him out with a pounce takedown swipe combo again, but I just can't out DPS his lifesteal there, and that is really unfortunate. However, at the 17-minute mark, I was able to be 10-2-0 with a massive amount of farm, 90 farm. That is 20 over the next, no, about 20 minion kills over the next closest person. So I am just way ahead in this match right now. It just goes to show how powerful this AD Nidalee build is at pushing. I was able to just full force buy my Warmogs without even going straight for the Giant's Belt, which is a mistake I made, but hey, you know what? The sacrifice paid off with the amount of kills I got right there. And so I'm actually getting really greedy here. Now would be the perfect time to go into an Atmogs. Those of you that don't know what Atmogs Impaler is, it is it increases your attack damage by, I think, 2% of your total HP. And so if you're going for any kind of an AD bruiser tanky build, absolutely get an Atmos. Nidalee in this case with a force of nature is going to be super strong with Atmos. And that would be the next item you want to get in this progression. However, I decided to go straight for a Zeal because I want the bonus movement speed, that 8% movement speed, so that I can kite and fight and just be even more indestructible and more of an assassin with my crits and such by having that early Zeal, which I will eventually turn into a Triforce. Now Triforce would probably be the 5th item you want to get in this build after the Atmos, but I decided to go straight for it. Wow, flash, pounce, and takedown on Fiddlesticks. They're raging at me for a kill steal there. What can I say? I play this game to get kills. Boom, drilling that Nocturne, getting auto attack for the kill by Soraka of all people. And wow, that is some really early game dominance. Now let me just finish off this build, guys. I don't want to show this whole match because it does kind of get boring towards the end. I just wanted to show you, look at this. Look at the pushing ability of this attack speed from Primal Surge and the attack damage that I'm dealing just in caster form. Not to mention how much damage I've been dealing to these champions, guys. AD Nidalee with his bruiser build is such a strong pushing build. I mean, I would put this up against Mordekaiser, Maokai, anybody really. I mean, it's awesome to see that League of Legends is so versatile a game that a champion deemed to be AP exclusively or AP support can just totally turn around and do AD so effectively. And so that's what I wanted to show you guys in this video. So I would not recommend going straight for a Triforce after your Force of Nature. Wow, Fiddlesticks flashing with a Crowstorm up there, not good. I should have been there for my team. Gonna score this kill on the Teemo with a massive takedown on him. That was a major overkill. I just need to get the hell out of there. Here I want to show you how tanky this build is. You can already see how quickly I'm moving. I don't even have a Zeal yet. That's just cat form, bush, plus the boots. And with that Force of Nature, I have so much tanking ability. I got 3 players on me right here, trying to pounce up the ridge, but I get feared by Fiddlesticks, ultimately taking 4 players there. That just goes to show that Nidalee absolutely can be a bruiser, guys. There I'm finishing off my Zeal. I'm going to use that for a Triforce. But as I've been saying for the past 10 minutes, after you finish your Force of Nature, do get an Atmos. It'll help you with more reliable damage, even if it's not as much survivability. At this point in the match, you really need to focus on team fights, not so much solo laning or a kiting fight, unless you want to be really greedy like me and go straight for that Triforce. Trinity Force. Overall though, that was a pretty good display on how you want to start this build off. I showed you my masters, I showed you my runes, and I showed you the playstyle. That's the most important thing, is that you need to be very conscious of spending your Primal Surge for mana to get that bonus attack speed, to maximize your farm, using cat form to the best of your abilities, that pounce swipe combo as well as takedown. Never forget to use takedown to farm minions. And also, of course, those javelins for harass and hero kills, even minion kills, once you have that extra mana from the sustainability after you get this Wriggles. Also ward placement on all these things. I'm going to refine this build quite a bit more. You know, I didn't make a MOBA fire thing or anything like that because I wasn't the person that came up with this. However, this is kind of my own spin on it, my own twist, with the ability power runes for early game as well as my particular mastery build with the experience and rushing that Triforce. Really, the strength of this build is just that pushing. You get a hit on your push, and then you go and you roam like hell and just own people with strategic assassinations. And that's really what this champion is all about. She's about the sustainability and the versatility and ganking opportunities. So guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know what you think in the comments below. If you want me to go more in depth with the actual mathematics and theory crafting of the builds, or if you want me to focus more on playstyle and gameplay such as this video. In the future, I do plan on doing this for other champions. However, I do want to really focus on gameplay and improving as a player so that I can, you know, give you my opinions on the game from that perspective. Either way, guys, that's been it with me. This is Hangus with TGN and another League of Legends commentary. And stay tuned to our League of Legends show. Subscribe to it, of course. It's very popular. We appreciate your support as always. Going down there after tanking even more players. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye bye.